So I'm a little late to the party, but I'm finally going to talk about the Thieaudio Valhalla. If you didn't know, the Thieaudio Valhalla comes in at $2,000 and it is their flagship IEM with 19 balanced armatures on each side. Here's what it looks like inside the box for those of you who like an unboxing. Okay, so as far as accessories go, I'm honestly a little bit disappointed because all you get is the basic microfiber cloth, you get these basic tips, and then you get a 4.4 adapter for the cable. That being said, I kind of understand why they did this. You really don't need all that other, accessories. It's kind of just waste at the end of the day, so I kind of get it, but at the same time, this is your flagship product. I don't know, I expected a bit more. So here's the shell of the Valhalla itself. Honestly, I think it looks fantastic. I love the black glittering faceplate that it has here. These shells are made fully out of titanium. It feels very substantial. It feels very, very well built. However, it is quite a chunky IEM because it has to fit those 19 drivers. So if I use my calipers over here to take a look at the nozzle diameter, it comes in at 6.3 millimeters, which is pretty large. The width of the shell itself comes in at around 16, 17 millimeters, depending on where you measure. And then the nozzle length itself is pretty short. It only comes in around 3.8 millimeters, something like that. And so what you actually end up happening is you have this, kind of wide nozzle diameter, but a really short nozzle length. So tip rolling will be very important for this IEM. Just to demonstrate, I have some tips over here. You can't get a really good deep fit because as soon as you try to push it into your ear, the body of the shell starts to kind of, push against your ear. The way the nozzle is angled is pretty good, so I don't feel that much discomfort. I've had these in for hours at a time while reviewing it, but yeah, it does hurt a little bit in terms of comfort if you're trying to get in for that really deep fit. So tip rolling will be important. I personally really like the final audio tips of this. As far as the cable goes, this is the cable that you get. Thieaudio advertises the Elite Noir cable. It's okay. I find it a little bit stiff. It has quite a bit of cable memory and it has this sort of plasticky sheeting to it. Not the biggest fan, but it does the job, I guess. It's a 2-pin cable if you haven't already noticed. So first impressions of the sound, I like it. This is definitely a bassier IEM for sure, but not excessively so. It's more about the bass quality in this IEM, and I think that's what's gonna draw a lot of people to it. You could tell me there was a dynamic driver in here and I'd probably believe you. Now, the rest of the tuning, however, the mid-range, the treble, it's not anything special. It's what you might expect from a Thieaudio flagship, but it's a little bit more warmer, a bit more thicker compared to the others. And in terms of the technical performance or whatever, at first glance, I wasn't super impressed. Nothing super stood out, but it is fundamentally sound. I will have a full written review up for the Valhalla over at the Thieaudio, so do check in there if you want a much more deeper dive into this IEM.